great spiritual teachers of the Eastern Church appeared even as far as the borders of Persia, where Orthodox Christianity thrived for many centuries before the appearance of Islam. Such a man was Saint Isaac of Nineveh, also known as the Syrian, who was born on the peninsula of Qatar in 613 AD, which at the time jurisdictionally was in the territory of the Syriac Church of Persia. This was right before Islam began to spread across the Middle East. The Syriac spiritual masters had their own approach to the mystical. If the Romans took pride in their legal precision, and the Greeks in their philosophical reflection, the Syriac people to the east tended to prefer expressing their faith in poetry, exploring the symbolism, the paradox, and the beauty of the faith through poetic verse. Isaac certainly grew up with a keen awareness of Saint Ephrem of Nisibis, also known as Saint Ephrem the Syrian, whose hymns and poetry reflecting this Eastern love of symbolism, paradox, and beauty shaped much of the religious thought of his time. During Isaac's lifetime, controversies raged within the church regarding various doctrinal and liturgical issues. Sometimes the debates could be passionate and even violent, but Isaac steered clear of these controversies and focused on the core theology of the love and mercy of God. As a young boy, Isaac was of a contemplative nature and tended to avoid theological debates, focusing rather on his relationship with Jesus and the purification of his own heart to reflect the light of Christ. Following in the footsteps of Saint Ephrem of Nisibis, he expressed this dynamic in terms of Syriac poetry, where he compares the heart to a mirror made of metal. Just like with the mirror, where in order to make it render an accurate image, the metal must be polished and shined thoroughly and habitually. In the same manner, constant ascetic practices are necessary to polish the heart so that it may accurately reflect the light of Jesus. Isaac points out that prayer is not just a meditation, it is a conversation with God. As such, it entails an increasing silence within so that God's voice may be heard. And he explains, love of God proceeds from conversing with Him. This conversation of prayer comes about through stillness, and stillness comes with the stripping away of the self. The goal of ascetic practice is to discern the will of God, while stripping away all desires which impede doing what God would have us do. According to Isaac, regular meditation and prayer polishes the heart in order to remove the dross of our selfish passions and reflect divine light in this world of darkness, thus recovering the blissful nature which God intended for us. At a young age, Isaac entered the monastery at Mar Matthew, near Nineveh, in present-day Mosul, Iraq. Before long, he was mentoring other monks as a spiritual advisor, and by popular acclamation from his brothers, he was soon elevated to abbot.